Welcome back. In our previous adventure, we took you down into Quartz Creek and found a campsite at the aptly named Quartz Campground within Gunnison National Forest. Looking around in this canyon, you are treated to spectacular views in every direction, and the campground is just a few miles north of the small town of Pitkin. Overnight, we were treated to an amazing thunderstorm. The sound was breathtaking as it ricocheted off the walls of the canyon and dominated our morning discussions. Unfortunately, even though I had attempted to re-waterproof our Free Spirit Recreation rooftop tent, it still leaked, leaving our boys with a ton of wet bedding and clothes. The tent is only 4 years old, so I'm a little bit disappointed that we are dealing with this issue. We often do a mix of overlanding, where we break camp each morning, and base camping, where we stay at a site for 2 nights or more. Today, we would be base camping. The great thing about base camping is you can really enjoy the morning. There's no rush to get everything torn down and packed up. This morning was no exception. Once everyone was ready, we made our way down into Pitkin for a quick supply run. Upon leaving the town, we were greeted with this snow woman wearing a bikini. Our plan today is to explore the Alpine Tunnel. The road that we are driving on was actually once a narrow gauge railroad and led up to the Alpine Tunnel. Along this road, you will pass Williams Gulch Water Tower, which once served the narrow gauge trains that would travel along this route. Further up the road, you'll pass the ghost town of Woodstock. Unfortunately, this town caused its own demise by clearing trees from the mountainside for lumber to build its establishments. It left it vulnerable to a major avalanche, which wiped it out in 1884, and it was never rebuilt. Sherrod Loop was just ahead of the doomed town of Woodstock.
I guess that's why they didn't make the road go across it.
Yeah. This is a small gauge or narrow gauge? Yeah, it looks pretty narrow.
Standing on these tracks, you really could get a sense of how this railroad looked and felt. Colin especially felt it.
Here's a train.
We took some time to get out of the vehicles and really explore this area. Walking on the tracks reminded me when we rode the Durango Silverton narrow gauge a few years back and how rocky the cars felt with their narrow footprint.
Bridge fell out, or they washed out the bridge.
You could see in this spot remnants of what was left over after the river washed out the bridge for the train.
Careful. The next 3-mile section of railroad is probably the most fantastic bit of railroad construction in North America.
I don't know if you can stuff that back.
That's great!
This sign didn't lie, but we had planned to drive this amazing 3-mile section. To our surprise, just before this sign, the road had been blocked off, saying it was closed to motorized traffic due to road damage making it impassable. So if you want to see the Alpine Tunnel, you have to make the 6-mile round trip via foot. I have no idea if this will ever change. We decided it would be worth it and started up the road. And there were numerous information points along the road that you can stop and read to learn more about the history of the area.
Slow motion hiking. He's doing a low level, just like I was telling you.
Yo, I think we just found the Top Gun trenches.
Everyone read the signs. Learn your history about the Alpine Tunnel.
This is an engine.
Engine house. Okay. It's one of the first structures. Station. Oh, look how crooked the floor is.
Yeah.
Oh, this is...
Do you need any bullets?
Oh gosh, look at that. Some old bullet shells. Here's an old bed.
Oh.
Does they go outside?
It's where they store all of their coal and everything.
Turntable. What's left of it. Approaching the Alpine tunnel that has been now collapsed. Here's what's left of the tunnel.
Tyler.
This area was incredible, and you could spend an hour or two just exploring and getting a feel for what this railroad felt like back when it was in operation for the short time between 1882 and 1910. On the way back, I found what looked like a detour down to the town of Woodstock.
Kind of going down a trail that hasn't been used in a long time. And we're getting a good look at that palisade that was built back in the early 1800s. That was an engineering marvel according to the sign.
Yeah, because they didn't have mortar.
Because they didn't have mortar.
Rocks are just smashed together.
Yep.
And it sticks together.
Be careful on that section. Where Luna's starting right now and Luke is at. You're good, Luke. Just be careful. Yeah, here's a better look at the palisade. Looks like part of it collapsed right there.
The trail was washed out just past the palisade, so we made our way back onto the regular trail. We also found a hornet's nest, and myself and Aaron got stung.
Golly, Aaron was like, I got stung, and he pointed at it, and it's right when he pointed at it, it came up and stung me.
We finished up the trail and headed back to our campsite to hang out and enjoy each other's company around the campfire. In the morning, it was all hands on deck as we once again got everything packed and hitched up for another day on the road.
Oh, keep it coming. A little bit more.
There we go. Oh, perfect.
Today, our wagon train would double in size as we head down to meet my brother Adam and his family and Kevin's wife Sarah in the town of Pitkin.
You like the old school gas pump?
Yeah, it's fun. You actually have to crank the pump.
Yeah. They're like, oh, it's water, it's water.
If you're looking to fuel up in Pitkin, you will be treated with a very old school gas pump. And since they are the only station around for miles, expect to pay a good amount. We paid $5.30. Once everyone was introduced, we were off. Our route today will continue along Forest Service roads within Gunnison National Forest and up and over a couple of smaller passes. We are shooting to make it to Snowblind National Forest campground, but would also keep our eye open for possible dispersed sites along the way.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. And I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking and the wind blowing in the trees. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade. Feels like things are gonna go my way. I'm gonna let the sun shine in the day. I'm gonna let the past be filled with smoke. And I will try to fix what has been broken. And take this weight off my shoulders, 'cause I know yesterday ain't coming back. I'm gonna let the past stay in the cold. I will listen to the ocean, let its unsaid words be spoken. And I'll let my mind be carried by the waves.
We made it to Snowblind Campground, and like Quartz Campground, we would use this National Forest campground as a base camp for the next 2 nights. We spent the rest of the day doing a short hike and then relaxing and playing some games in the campsite. Keep an eye out for our next video where we will travel up and over Old Monarch Pass in search of an awesome hike to Water Dog Lake that has nearly a 1,000-foot elevation change. And then we will take you on a journey down Poncho Creek in search of an epic campsite.